on you.
Oh, okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh yeah, let me know.
Ready.
All right. We're at Philadelphia Regionals, and we're profiling the deck today. What deck are we profiling today?
We're profiling Herald of Perfection with Rescue Rabbit.
Herald of Perfection with a Rescue Rabbit. Sounds really interesting. So you show us the monster lineup?
Oh sure. So we have 3 Heralds of Perfections, 2 Archulate Crystals, 3 Manjus of 10,000 hands, 3 Orange Heralds.
Yeah. Let the viewers see though.
My bad.
And you could like stack them on top of each other. It's easier that way.
Honest.
Honest, the Brokenest Ghost.
2 Rescue Rabbits.
You only should be playing those if those are secrets. If you're playing secrets, you should die.
2 Telesis Goddess of Light.
Wait, before you finish, what does that do?
Whenever you draw a card, if it's a fairy, you can reveal it to your opponent and draw another card, and it keeps going on and on and on until you don't have a fairy or you choose to stop. You want me to go into detail, or you want me to...
No, that's weird.
Alright. 2 card These. 1 Dijin. 1 Tour Bus. 2 Tour Guides. 1 Migami. 3 Dormant the Dark Witches. And 3 Happy Lovers.
Alright, so my first question before we go into the spells.
Yes.
Is this your rabbit targets here?
Yes.
Now, when you make these, what do you go into? Is there like a besides what is it? The Light Exceed guy? Is that what one you go into?
Yes, I go. He's the main one I go into.
Okay. Star Leech.
Yeah, Star Leech. He sets up good plays. Like for instance, if your opponent has a monster on board and say you have 2 fairies engraved, you could detach both, negate their effect, have 4 engraved, drop the Christia. It sets up combos. Also, another good thing is, no matter if it has materials or not, when it dies, you get to draw. And if you have Tethys on the field, you can get your hand back up for Herald.
Okay. Can you show us the spells?
Sure. The spells: Staple Monster Reborn, Hot Avarice, Heavy Storm, 2 Dark Factories, 2 Dawn of Heralds, 2 Preparation of Rites, and 2 Advanced Ritual Arts.
Alright, my first question, looking at the spells.
Yes.
I noticed no Dark Hole.
Right.
Why?
I played no Dark Hole because basically I'm trying to get the first turn here. I'm trying to gain control by turn 1. If I don't get it, then I'm going to rely on either the Exceeds or Christia or any light with Honest, basically.
Okay. My second question is,
yes,
why only 2 factories?
I feel as though you don't need to max it on 3. 2 is enough because, say for instance, you get those and you have no normals engraved because there are some effect monsters in the deck, then they become dead draws. I believe 2 is good enough. 3 is overdoing it, but 2 is good. 1 is like if you're on a whim, but 2 is best, in my opinion.
So how many cards in the deck?
40 card deck.
Could you show us the extra deck, please?
Sure.
Obviously, the Star Leech.
Yes. Scrap Dragon, Gotcha, Shockmaster, Maelstrom, Strike Bouncer, Augusto Phoenix, Cowboy, Best Dweller, Levier, Giga Brilliant, Stardust, Steel Swarm Brooch, Utopia, and a Zen Maze.
Alright. Now, looking at the extra deck,
yes,
my question to you is,
yes,
how did this work out for you?
That works out very good based on the simple fact if I don't have the Christia and I could just have Herald on board, I go into Rabbit play, it works out good for like all the big monsters that come out and I don't have Christia. Well, Roach can do the job if need be. Even though he's not a light, he still works wonders, and being a 19 beater actually helps.
So how often do you make the synchros?
I make them very rarely. They're like very very situational. Like, worst case scenario, if for some reason I have to get rid of the Herald since he's 6-star, most people forget Orange Light is actually a 2-star tuner. So going to Stardust, going to Scrap Dragon, it creates more plays.
Okay. We're not going to show the side deck yet.
Okay.
My first question is, my really first question, what's the worst matchup for the deck?
Worst matchup for the deck? I honestly believe would be any deck that could play like D-Fissure or macros, like Macro Rabbit. If you're playing that, you have a very bad matchup, because if they go first turn Macro Rabbit or Macros Cosmos, it's like very hard to play out of, and it's nearly impossible to play out, but you can play out of it. It's just very hard.
Alright, what is the best matchup for the deck?
The best matchup, I actually believe, Yugioh, I say, because for instance, they have to set the armor, and if they're setting the armor in the back row, they're not really doing much. So if I go first turn Herald, I can gain quick board advantage, and once they flip, I can just start negating their cards. And if they're just adding cards, like, if you're not doing anything to me, I'm pretty much not going to stop you, because it's like, oh, I'm just adding resources, but you're not really gaining any advantage. And without the advantage, you're not doing anything, so there's no need to stop you.
Okay, could we see the side deck?
Yeah, sure. We have triple mystical space platform, 2 soul takers.
Alright, wait.
Yes.
These spaces don't match, so it's supposed to be secrets, but we're black, so whatever.
2 soul takers.
Everything.
There's the Dark Moon. 2 Night Beams, 2 Prohibitions, 2 Maxis, and a set of Royal Decree.
Alright.
Yes.
So, looking at this side deck,
Yes.
where do you side against Fire Fist?
For Fire Fist, I mainly side the Prohibition and Typhoon. Sometimes the Decree, but mainly the Prohibition and Typhoon mainly. The Prohibition wrecks the most because...
I'm assuming these are for water?
Yes.
Attention Yu-Gi-Oh players, round 10 pairings.
That's understandable.
Please find your seats as quickly as possible.
What made you decide to play this deck today?
When I seen Advanced Ritual Art go to 2, I was like, okay, the deck has a chance to come back. And Herald was always a fun deck for me to play, because I like playing control-based. I like being able to take options away from my opponent and give me more options to do what I want without them responding.
Okay. The last question is, do you recommend this deck for anybody to play? Because, I mean, you're playing like busts, car cards, a lot of secret cards.
I don't recommend that for everyone, because I play this because I feel as though I know the meta. Also, if you're playing Herald, you have to know a good amount of the card base, and like if you don't know effects and you're just playing the deck, you might start wasting Herald on like random things, like random Typhoons and random reinforcements. So if you know the deck, know the meta, you can make better calls. Just like Prohibition, it works wonder. The better you know the game, the better it'll work out for you.
So skill level, how would you say? With like 1 being easy, the 5 being hard?
I'd say between 4 and 5. But it all depends on the meta. The deck changes with the meta, in my opinion.
Alright, we want to thank you for giving us your deck profile today, and your Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel.
Thank you.